welcome to South Asia Today, a show that provides you the glimpses of South Asia. I'm your host Hina Joshi. Here are the headlines. LPG prices touch a new high in POK. Pakistan turns blind eye. J&K police organizes Pedal for Peace cycle rally in Srinagar. And devotees across India celebrate Hindu festival marking victory of good over evil. Let's begin the show. Unprecedented price hike of LPG cylinders, jumbling up the budget of POK residents. Skyrocketing prices are putting food out of reach and raising the spectre of unprecedented inflation, which may spur more monetary tightening. Take a look.
Local residents in illegally occupied POK have been continuously facing the state-inflicted inflation that has further worsened their already oppressed life. Inflation has made life in the region a living hell for people who were already suffering from extreme poverty. Soaring prices of LPG cylinders have severely impacted their household budgets. Because of the increase in LPG prices, the underprivileged will be forced to cut down trees for fuel, causing deforestation and electricity theft.
और ये जो गैस जब महंगी होती है तो लोग ज़्यादातर गुर्बत की वजह से हमारे साथ कश्मीर में क्योंकि गुर्बत है और कामकाज नहीं है, इंडस्ट्रियाँ नहीं हैं, जिसकी वजह से लोग गुर्बत की वजह से जो गरीब लोग होते हैं वो जाके जंगल की कटाई करते हैं, उससे अपना गुजर-औकात करते हैं। उसके बाद जिसके हाथ में अगर बिजली की रसाई हो, चोरी करने की रसाई हो, वो उससे उसके गुजर-औकात करते हैं। गैस अब हर बंदे की पहुंच में नहीं रही क्योंकि ये बहुत महंगी होगी। जिस बंदे के पास कोई रुपया पैसा ये सरकारी बंदा है वो कर सकते हैं इसको अफोर्ड।
People of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir have been for years bearing the brunt of Pakistan's exploitative policies. They are subject to discrimination where they are made to pay more amount for almost all goods and services despite a consistently plummeting per capita income. And now this price hike of LPG cylinders has come as an appalling blow that has just bettered their lives. It has taken a toll on transportation costs as well.
हमारे मुजफ्फराबाद में इस वक्त पहुंचने पे यहाँ पे इस वक्त तकरीबन 200 रुपया वो पर सिलेंडर पे ख़र्चा आ रहा है, ट्रांसपोर्ट का खर्च आ रहा है। तो इस हिसाब से मैं गवर्नमेंट पाकिस्तान से ये कहता हूँ कि जब भी इस किस्म का अगर शुमाली इलाका जात और कश्मीर के बारे में जब भी अगर रेट का तयन किया जाए उसमें ये ज़रूरी समझा जाए कि इनके ट्रांसपोर्ट का ख़ास तौर पे ख्याल रखा जाए। अगर वो ट्रांसपोर्ट का ख्याल नहीं रखते हैं तो फिर मेरे ख्याल में ये आज़ाद कश्मीर के लोगों के साथ और शुमाली इलाका जात के लोगों के साथ बहुत बड़ी ज़्यादती है।
While Pakistan has been witnessing economic challenges owing to its incompetent policies, the POK region, which is already marginalized, has borne the major brunt of high inflation.
Next, we move on to Jammu and Kashmir, where the Jammu and Kashmir government has been making continuous efforts to promote sports culture in the valley. Moving on the same path, the Jammu and Kashmir police organized a Pedal for Peace cycle race with the aim to promote cycling and healthy habits in the territory. Many young children participated in the race with full enthusiasm. Have a look.
In order to inculcate sporting practices among the youth and promote sports culture in the valley, the Jammu and Kashmir police organized a Peace for Pedal cycle race in Srinagar. The race was flagged off by Director General of Police Dilbagh Singh on the police golf course in Srinagar. Titled Pedal for Peace, the main objective behind organizing the event was to encourage youngsters in the valley to channel their energy in a positive direction by indulging in sports and other fitness activities.
हम अपना और अवाम और नौजवान साथी बच्चे बच्चियां सबको इसके साथ जोड़ना चाहते हैं। हम सब अमन के लिए एक दूसरे को पार्टनर बना के चलना चाहते हैं। मुझे खुशी है कि बच्चों की और हर एज ग्रुप की पार्टिसिपेशन पहले के मुकाबले में इसमें बढ़ी है। बच्चों को कितनी ज्यादा जरूरत है इतनी इवेंट की, आप इससे अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं कि थोड़े ही दिनों में जो इवेंट ऑर्गेनाइज करने के बाद इतनी बड़ी तादाद में बच्चों की पार्टिसिपेशन हुई। मुझे लगता है कि बच्चों की एनर्जी को पॉजिटिव दिशा में चैनलाइज करने से ड्रग्स की और जो बाकी वबा जो इस तरह की आजकल चल रही है उससे बच्चों को दूर रखने में मदद मिलती है और बच्चों को और भी उत्साह मिलता है, एनकरेजमेंट मिलती है कि वो और भी फील्ड्स में आगे बेहतर परफॉर्मेंस कर सकें।
Around 700 to 1,000 people participated in the event. Various safety measures including first aid, ambulances along with refreshments were arranged for the participants by the police force. For the last 2 years, youth in the valley were not able to get proper opportunities to participate in such activities due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The participants of this cycle race were looking very excited and also demanded that more such events should be organized in the future.
बहुत ही बढ़िया लग रहा है कि इस इवेंट में शमूलियत करना, पार्टिसिपेट करना और इसकी अहमियत ये है कि आप ड्रग्स फ्री रहें। आप जो भी ड्रग्स कर रहे हैं ना वो उनके लिए बेहतर है कि वो इस फील्ड में आए, उनका फिटनेस, उनका मेंटल सब कुछ बढ़िया रहेगा और वो अपने स्टेट यूटी का, अपने मुल्क का नाम रोशन कर सकते हैं अगर वो ऐसे इवेंट्स में आएंगे। बहुत बढ़िया होते हैं सेहत के लिए क्योंकि इंसान इस चीज़ से बीमार नहीं हो सकता और वो डिप्रेशन का शिकार नहीं होता। अगर वो घर में रहता है तो फिर उसको मेंटल प्रॉब्लम होती है कि फिर वो सोच कर गेम इस फोन। तो फिर अगर ऐसे इवेंट्स हर साल होंगे, हर मंथ होंगे तो फिर यूथ बहुत पार्टिसिपेट करेगा ऐसे इवेंट्स में और वो बचाएगा उस ड्रग।
मेरा ये पहली बार था, बहुत एंजॉय हुआ। लाइक द मॉर्निंग टाइम बहुत अच्छा व्यू था एंड द इम्पोर्टेंस इज टू टेल पीपल अबाउट द हेल्थ कि हाउ मच यू शुड कीप योरसेल्फ फिट बिकॉज इट्स अ रियल इम्पोर्टेंट। हेल्थ इज वेल्थ बिकॉज आप हेल्थ में, आपके पास जितना भी पैसा है आपके पास हेल्थ नहीं है आप कुछ नहीं है। सो आई गेस इट्स अ ग्रेट इवेंट।
Sports sector in Jammu and Kashmir is witnessing rapid development. $200 crore package has been sanctioned for sports sector in the valley. Lieutenant Governor recently inaugurated sports infrastructure projects worth Rs 18.10 crore. 4,500 youth clubs have also been established to empower the youth in Jammu and Kashmir. The government is establishing modern facilities and a sports culture even in the most far-flung areas of the territory for the talented youth.
यहाँ आप जब देख रहे हैं कितने सारे बच्चे आ गए, किस एज ग्रुप में आ गए, ये तो एक एंथुसियाज्म में है कि स्पोर्ट्स की तरफ लोग आ रहे हैं, स्पोर्ट्स के लोग जा रहे हैं। जो ये बेस्ट है इवेंट है और ये हमेशा होना चाहिए। इवन साल में तो एक बार होता है कि कम से कम 2-3 बार होना चाहिए ऐसा कि लोग देखते हैं, हम भी देखते हैं अपने जूनियर्स, अपने सीनियर्स या हमारे मिड ग्रुप एज के ग्रुप जो पार्टिसिपेट इसमें करते हैं। बहुत अच्छा है, आइंदा भी होना चाहिए, ऐसा आइंदा भी होना चाहिए। ये सबसे अच्छा इवेंट है। अगर ऐसा और भी कोई इनिशिएटिव प्राइवेट, जैसे तो पुलिस ने भी किया है, अगर कोई प्राइवेटली भी करे अच्छा है, काफ़ी अच्छा है। लोग काफ़ी अच्छा इससे एनर्जेटिक रहते हैं। लोग कम से कम चाहे कितने सारे डिप्रेशन में हो, कुछ हो, वो इसमें शिफ्ट हो जाते हैं, ऑटोमेटिकली अच्छे माहौल में शिफ्ट हो जाते हैं उनका माइंड।
The response from energetic and sports-loving people from both boys and girls towards the event was excellent. Getting appreciation certificates for the event helped in boosting their morale. Events like these help people to show their talent at the national as well as international level and keep them away from illegal activities.
Now let's take a look at a few happenings in Asia in our segment called Asia Watch.
A Singapore-style hawker center has opened in New York for the first time, bringing flavors from the Southeast Asian islands mix of Malay, Chinese, Indian and other cultures to an American food court. Urban Hawker in Midtown Manhattan features 17 vendors handpicked by the food hall curator K.F. Seto, with 11 coming directly from hawker centers in Singapore. Each stall specializes in a well-known dish such as chili crab, oyster omelettes, henna cheese rice and nasi lemak, a fragrant rice dish. The idea for the food hall was born when Sito met late US celebrity chef Anthony Bourdain in 2013 in Singapore at a street food event. Bourdain was enthusiastic about the idea of a New York hawker market. Sito later approached Alan Scott, president of Urban Space, a property manager who curates immersive public markets, who quickly agreed. Sito hopes that this hawker center will be first of many in the country. Syrian farmer Hassan Khalifa spent his days taking care of millions of worms in his farm in Damascus countryside. He uses the invertebrate animals to produce organic fertilizers in what he believes is a first-of-its-kind project in the country. Khalifa said he first got the idea some decade ago when he was watching a news report on television about how Germany uses landworms to get high-quality organic fertilizers. He then learned more about the benefits of fertilizers on vegetables and people's health and started his own farm projects getting tiger worms and red wigglers from Europe through Lebanon. Khalifa, originally from Dera, started his project with 10 worms in his home city but then had to move to Sakba in Damascus countryside because of the war in the country. He first used to grow worms in boxes in his house but then rented a land and got his own farm, also helping farmers in the area revitalize their soil and produce better crop with the organic fertilizer he creates. Japan NTT Communication has introduced its fresh technology to establish global data cooperation infrastructure. The company is developing Cooperation European Data Transaction Infrastructure GAIAX. Also, NTT Communication is proposed to cooperate with Catena X, the data cooperation infrastructure of German car industry. Its data covers lifetime of a car designing, production and gathering material parts, car production, sales and recycling. Additionally, its data includes effective factory operations, CO2 emission, energy saving and so on. Partner company Omron, which covers diversity industrial fields and global production factory, provides various factory operation data to NTT Communications to rely smooth global data exchange through all supply chain. NTT Communications definition the access to GAIAX is the first step. In Europe, data cooperation infrastructure is progressed cleanly. EU battery directive covers all supply chain of battery, CO2 emission of production, pickup metal mine, and all so on. NTT Communications will contribute to draw effective future industrial map solving environment subject, energy subject, effective factory operation. An old-fashioned landscape called Small Idio has been attracting many tourists in Kebago in Saitama Prefecture. Kawagi City used to be known for producing sweet potato, where IMO KOI, a sweet potato cake made by Japanese confectionery shop Yumon, is a famous confectionery combined with bean jam. Yumon sells special soft cream KOI soft only at Toki no Ken store, with known how to make sweet potato cake. The Japanese word KOI means love. Cute-shaped soft cream is popular among young women. Purple cream is made of purple sweet potato and a heart-shaped wafer is placed on top. This soft cream with rich flavor of purple sweet potato is developed with soft cream maker Nisei. The development of rich taste, not too sweet cream has been commercialized after many trials. The rich taste and cute shape are posted on social media and most of customers enjoy taking pictures with soft cream. The heart-shaped wafer can be used instead of spoon to soft cream. The Japanese tourism industry hopes the standard for accepting foreign tourists will be relaxed. Eating KOI soft while walking along the street with historical atmosphere of Japan will satisfy foreign tourists.
The world is deeply concerned about systematic human rights violations in Pakistan, particularly in the provinces of Balochistan and in the region of occupied Kashmir. A large number of activists are expressing concern at the deteriorating human rights situation in the region. amidst growing rise in discrimination on the basis of religious and ethnic identities.
Pakistan is on the verge of collapse, not just economically but socially as well, and the voices of dissent are growing strong. Some of the worst human rights crimes are committed in a nation where the military and Islamic fundamentalists rule the roost. 3 of Pakistan's provinces, Sindh, Balochistan, and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, still remain underdeveloped, where poverty and malnutrition are rampant. The government does not appear to make any effort to upgrade the educational or medical infrastructure. Those brave individuals who demand their fundamental rights are facing persecution at the hands of security agencies and Islamic fundamentalists. The activists further accuse the authorities of discrimination and carelessness in carrying out rescue operations, even though the country is experiencing catastrophic flooding. In locations where there has been significant damage caused by the floods, activists are calling for international help to save Pakistan's forgotten residents.
It is the Pakistani military establishment that has unleashed human rights atrocities on the Sindhi people that are going unnoticed by the international community. And these human rights violations range from physical elimination of the Sindhi people in shape of extrajudicial killings and enforced disappearances to their cultural, economic exploitation.
During the 51st session of the UN Human Rights Council, the Sindhis, Baloch, Pashtuns, and activists from Pakistan-occupied Kashmir raised their voices for justice. According to the Human Rights Watch Report 2021, the authorities in Pakistan expanded their use of draconian sedition and counterterrorism laws to stifle dissent and strictly regulated civil society groups critical of government actions or policies. Women, religious minorities, and transgender people continue to face violence, discrimination, and persecution, with authorities failing to provide adequate protection or hold offenders accountable. The government has turned a blind eye to law enforcement agencies' brazen acts of torture and other serious abuses. The political activists from Pakistan-occupied Kashmir blame the army and other authorities for exploiting their natural resources. Meanwhile, the indigenous people continue to live in abject poverty.
हमें किसी किस्म की कोई आज़ादी नहीं है। हमारे तमाम नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज पे आर्मी कब्जा किए हुए है और फिर सबसे बड़े जुल्म की बात यह है कि हमारी फॉरेस्ट लैंड जो है वो आर्मी ने अलाट करवा दी है डिफरेंट एरियाज़ के अंदर और जितने भी टूरिस्ट रिजॉर्ट्स थे उन पे कब्जा करके मकामी लोगों के लिए उन एरियाज़ को बैन कर दिया है।
In April of 2021, the European Parliament passed a resolution on the deplorable human rights violations in Pakistan and called for an immediate review of Pakistan's eligibility for GSP Plus status, which grants Pakistan trade benefits on condition of its compliance with human rights obligations. During a recent visit to Islamabad, MEPs from the European Parliament's Subcommittee on Human Rights discussed a wide range of human rights topics in their meetings with Pakistan's top political leaders. The MEPs said it was important for Pakistan to undertake timely reforms and legislative changes on human rights issues and to translate them into concrete improvements. They called for determined and structured action, including the swift adoption of laws against torture and enforced disappearances, steps to substantially reduce the number of crimes carrying the death penalty, and to apply the new procedures for mercy petitions. Despite facing pressure from international organizations, the human rights situation in Pakistan remains grim, and voices of dissent are on the rise.
India has a number of festivals throughout the year. The 10 days long Ram Leela celebrations held across the country. Though celebrated in different ways, almost all the festivals mark the victory of good over evil. Similarly, Ram Leela reenactment of Hindu Lord Rama's life who defeated Ravan, the demon king of Sri Lanka, and it is performed to coincide with 9 nights Navratri. The scene of Ravan's execution is enacted in the form of a dramatic folk play known as Ram Leela, which has still recollected its charm over the years among all. Take a look.
One of the widely performed traditional art plays, the 10-day Ram Leela play recently held across India with traditional fervour. Ram Leela is chiefly enacted to celebrate Lord Rama's victory over Ravana and to give out the message that good always triumphs over evil. Every year Ram Leela is staged during the 9-night Hindu festival of Navratri. Lord Rama, the Prince of Ayodhya, was one of the incarnations of Lord Vishnu. He is known for showing the path of righteousness to his devotees. According to the Hindu mythology, it is believed that Ravana, the king of Lanka, now known as Sri Lanka, captured Sita, who was later rescued by her husband Rama, after defeating the evil king. In India's northern Punjab state, women performed Ram Leela, a reenactment of Lord Rama's life, marking the first depiction of the mythological epic by an all-women cast.
मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है बिकॉज़ हम लोग हिस्ट्री बनाने जा रहे हैं क्योंकि हर बार रामलीला हमेशा मेन करते हैं, इस बार विमेन ने कुछ आगे चांस लिया है तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है.
As per beliefs, the staging of the Ramayana is based on Ramcharitmanas, one of the most popular storytelling forms in the north of the country. The sacred text devoted to the glory of Rama, the hero of the Ramayana, was composed by Tulsidas in the 16th century in a form of Hindi in order to make the Sanskrit epic available to all. Performed during the annual 9-night Navratri festival, the plays depict the life and teachings of Hindu Lord Rama. This can be witnessed in Ramleela organized at the Red Fort by Lavkush Ramleela Committee in New Delhi. It is generally performed in an open space on a large platform. It sets up a great show with modern illumination and technology. The audience were mesmerized after they saw the creative play in the form of poetic recitation, dohas with devotional songs.
ये दशहरे का ये त्यौहार बड़ी धूमधाम से मनाया जा रहा है और आप देख सकते हैं कि लोगों का कितना उत्साह है, लोग कितनी मतलब श्रद्धा के साथ यहाँ पे दशहरे का ये पवन जो उत्सव है ये देखने के लिए यहाँ पे आए हैं दशहरा.
It is believed the festival of Navratri is a significant Hindu festival that is observed over 9 nights and 10 days in which 9 forms of goddess Durga are worshipped. Navratri culminates on the 10th day coinciding with the Dashera festival with the killing of demon king Ravana, signifying the victory of good over evil.
It's time for me to wrap up today's episode. We will be back next week at the same time. This is Hina Joshi signing off on behalf of the entire production team of South Asia Today. Goodbye and take care.